Hi, this is Steve here. Okay. The reason I haven't done many updates is because I messed up. And I originally thought this is my new Haven, time only with calendar. Uh, I've repaired the pan, although it's original, it's very rusty, and I just sealed it up the best I could so it would accept the new dial and stop the rust. I thought if you look at my previous video, I said it was mahogany, but it's actually oak. This is oak. Now I finished it. I put a stain on there called Cabernet by Varathane, but uh, when I put it together, I realized when the grain came out that it wasn't mahogany, it was oak. So I go, it should be basically blonde, kind of like my gingerbread clock. That's oak too. But So I got rid of that mahogany stain. Had to resand it all. I have about 10 hours of um, thin-bodied paint remover. And I put 3 coats of Varathane semi-gloss, but I cut it with a paint thinner. Now, I think because I did that, it's more shiny. Now, what I'm going to do to tone this down is I'm going to get my 4/0 steel wool and some paste wax, like some Minwax paste wax, and then go over the whole thing again. The reason it's not finished is I'm still waiting on my paper dial and the hardware. I have only the hardware I got with the clock, hinge hardware, etc., and it's all mix matched and Phillips and this. So I ordered specific hardware, and I ordered a 4.5-inch pendulum bob and a wooden stick pendulum. So uh, I'm waiting on that to come with the dial. So once that's here, then I'll put the dial on, etc. But I'm just running it in now. It's keeping perfect time. If you look at my other clock here, it's 3:45, so that looks about right. And it is the 26th today. Here's my New England, 26th of June today. So there's my New England Clock Company. It's 26. So I oriented the hand to be about the same as 26. So it's just running in until my parts come. I've polished the bezel. You can see it looks pretty nice. The sides look really nice. I polished the door clasp and everything. Again, I'm waiting on hardware for there. It sounds real good if you listen to it. Okay, and again, not super perfect, but it's a little darker than I wanted. But I did put that red stain on there, and I just, without damaging all these uh, wooden details, I just left it the way it was. I'm just going to have to live with it, and I should have done it blonde, but it turned out real nice. It's got kind of a satin finish to it, but all those little details are pretty good now, and they're protected. So it's going to look like a new old clock. It's 145 years old, so 1890. So, anyways, I didn't spend a lot for the clock. It is my only new Haven clock. I'm getting a Gilbert exactly like this, but a Gilbert time only with calendar this week coming up, and I think it's a Gilbert time only long drop. So I'll make a video of those, but this is kind of a project. I'm going to end up the COVID there, and once I get my parts, they're on their way from Arizona to Canada here, so it's going to take a long time to get. But I just thought I'd put it up. I got it mounted to the wall real good. Once I get all my new clocks, there's my whole clock wall here. I got my ship's clock, my OG, my Gilbert time only University model 3022. This is a Seth Thomas um, Diamond Collection clock. It's really beautiful. My New England clock. my sessions. This is an Ingram from 1900. I rebuilt the movement on this, and I'm just running it into the case has to be done. And then this is a Sessions gingerbread clock, which I've completed and done the movement. I was going to change the paper dial on this, but I thought, no, you know what? These things aren't worth anything. And, I want it to at least look a little old, but the glass is really good and it runs real good. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is. And I'm going to concentrate on trying to make this real pretty, but it won't be super original. The Gilbert I get like this, I'm not touching it. It has a good dial, original. The wood is good and everything. Just have to do the movement, which I can do. And the other long drop Gilbert, the dial is a little tired. I may change the dial on that. I haven't got it yet to inspect it, but they sit in basements for years. But this movement I rebuilt on this New Haven, perfect. Fixed the time, fixed the calendar movement, works. It was in bad shape, but I fixed it all. The pivots and the bushings were all good. So I just took it all apart. I polished all the pivots, cleaned it, and put it back together and oiled it. I painted the hands, which I'm not really happy with. They were very pitted steel. They're very pitted. So I tried sanding them, but the pits wouldn't go away. So I decided to paint them. But I painted them a gloss black, and I'm not real happy with it. I may do them over. The calendar hand, however, turned out beautiful. It's a nice red there. I straightened it all. It was all bent and everything, so I fixed that. So the next thing is the hardware and then the dial inserted properly. A couple of clasps to secure, and this is ready to go. So I'm really happy with it so far. So I'll post another video when it's up and finished, okay? And I'll do a video shortly this week showing my 2 new clocks, okay? Thanks, bye.